Hey guys, I'm James on occasion, and today we're playing ZEPHON, which is the sort of spiritual successor to Gladius, if you want to call it that. It's, I would call it a sequel, but it's a completely different setting. This isn't Warhammer anymore. It's ZEPHON, I suppose. I love this game already. I've only played an earlier demo of this, and like a turn of this one, just to make sure that it's still recorded right. But yeah, I love it. I love Gladius. And so more of that is great, and having a whole new universe to sort of discover is what really draws me to games like this in the first place. So it's really nice, really nice. So this is a demo. You guys can go and download it. It is part of the Steam Next Fest, so I encourage you to do that, and I encourage you to wishlist it, because I want this game to be a success, so that way when I cover it on the channel, it'll have an audience. Because that would be great if I could just like play this a lot, because it's the sort of game that I love playing on the channel. So yeah, make that a reality, okay? Good, thank you. So yeah, the demo is limited to the first 6 tech tiers, I think out of 10. Only 8, oh no, there will be 8 leaders. We only have 5 leaders at the moment, and you can only have 3 factions, AI factions playing with you, which we have already set up. I'm playing on medium difficulty, which I think will be an absolute walk in the park, to be honest, but I'm here just to like explore and, you know, soak up the vibes, you know, just have a fairly easy time of it, honestly. This is, you know, very much a preview. I don't want this campaign to go on forever, because it is still just a demo, and ideally I would play some other stuff in the Steam Next Fest. Nothing has grabbed my attention quite as much as ZEPHON, because, like I said, I played the demo this last year and I really loved it. I've been looking forward to playing more of it. It's here. I'm playing more of it. World size medium is recommended for 4 players, so we're largely doing, you know, the basic everything normal down the middle, expected, recommended, bloody blah, right? So should be pretty indicative of the state of sort of balance of the game and things. So should be interesting. So we're playing as Emulated Mind. So we also have an honourable aristocrat, a furtive tribunal, and a heartless artificer. So I haven't read through all of these guys. We'll sort of discover them as we play, and I'll tell you about our faction / character, our leader, I suppose, when we play. So yeah, let's get into it.
We were not ready for their divine judgment. We were tested, and almost everyone just failed. Their dark mysticism shattered an era of enlightenment and ushered in the dusk of the 21st century. Billions of lives were lost in a heartbeat, turned to ash, and cast away in the wind. Our soldiers were gone, but our weapons kept fighting, driven by an enigma in the networks. Their surviving forces waged a desperate crusade against the machines. We became bystanders to a relentless war. Now our world is an ever-twisting nightmare. Hellish threats lurk in every whisper and shadow. There is no glory, only survival. Deliver us from this trial. Reclaim our world for mankind.
Alright, so as you can tell, it's a post-apocalyptic setting, and it's really weird. What are these? Interesting. Huh. There's a couple of them nearby. We'll explore those. So it's similar to Gladius. If you played Gladius, you'll look at this and go, oh right, yeah, it's Gladius. So, you know. But for those who don't, it's a 4X game. We have food, minerals, energy, algae, chips, influence, and research as our resources. We have a colony ship, you know, kind of like in Civilization or whatever. I say ship. We have like a colony unit that can build a city. Our faction the faction that we've picked, we only have one city. Once you have one city, that's it. That's your limit. But we do get bonus resources from outposts, which are all of the random nodes, like these things that I can only half see, that we'll discover in a second. One thing that is really fun about this game, as opposed to Gladius, is there are also like random caches and things to explore around the map that can give you little RPG elements and things like that. You get a lot of little pop-ups of going like, oh, an event is happening, make a decision for, one bonus or another. So there's a lot more sort of RPG stuff involved with exploration, which I think is really fun. I think it's, honestly, I'm gutted that Gladius doesn't have little weird quirky things like this, but there are also going to be hostile creatures running around, survivors and mutants and things. So what is this then? Oh, this is a phase generator. It's capturable and gives energy each turn. That will give us extra energy for our city as well. So the thing with the outposts, it does the same thing as it does in Gladius. You get your basic energy each turn, basically. But if you take it over as part of your city, then you get additional bonuses for that city. So we want to be careful about where we're putting our city, try and capture as many outposts within it as possible. But I also don't want to delay too much, so it's a bit of a tough one to know what to do, and we are losing a lot of line of sight because of all of this forest, which looks very peculiar looking forest, isn't it? Really is. Okay, I'm going to run in this direction to this thing with them. There's another cache over there. Alright, I'm not really seeing anything. Do you want to go right in the corner? Although that looks like a cliff. We're not going to be able to capture beyond that cliff. So when we take over a city, we will expand the city, one tile at a time. And if we've only got one city, I assume we'll need to expand it quite a lot. So I can't have things like cliffs blocking my way. I need to be able to take as many tiles as possible. So this is a little scary, to be honest. It is a little scary. Not having a good idea of where to capture yet. There's also a bunch of volcano nearby, which obviously we can't build on. So this area is probably not the way to go, actually. I probably should build somewhere over here. So we'll probably grab that cache. He can try and head north. That's more cliff, though. More cliff there. I have no idea. I think we'll head south next turn. So, fire discovered. Wait, really? Oh my god, I think this is a... So what's interesting, there's a bunch of I don't know what to call them, mutators for tiles that happen at random times. So I think this is one of those things that will change how a tile functions for a temporary amount of time. So word spread quickly about the Battle of the Castaic Plain. Our forces staged an assault to take control of a water reserve from the enemy. Shots were fired, the wind was high, the ground dry as kindling. Inside of an hour, a wildfire surrounded both armies. They should have stopped fighting, worked together to douse the flames, but instead hundreds were killed and the fresh water poisoned, never to be drunk again. Cyber cache. So that's what that cache was. Machines don't need to squirrel away supplies, as they sure as hell don't leave anything behind when they abandon a base. So what were these doing out of the wastes? Was someone or something experimenting on us, dispensing supplies to see how it changed the face of the war? All the years, and I still don't know who's behind them. So a lot of intrigue, and we can slowly piece together how the world works through these little events, through these little explanations of things. The frigid wastes of old Earth were now home to snow-white Abkluth that hyper-evolved to hunt in a new environment. They're basically dragons, these things, like wingless dragons. I think it actually describes them as if they had wings, they would be called dragons in this game. So we still struck out here for one vital reason. This terrain gave our techs an optimal environment to do their research. Low humidity and temperatures, combined with clear sight lines, made weapons testing far more efficient. They said maybe they just preferred the cold. And yeah, the phase generator. So what is this? The first time I crossed paths with a watchmaker, she was running maintenance on one of these generators. We argued about who should be allowed to control them. You're here to win a war, I'm here to stop the next one, she said. We cut a deal. If we funneled some energy to the watchmakers, they'd activate the shielding to protect our people. So the watchmakers seem to be some kind of organization trying to, I guess, repair old tech? I guess? I don't know. Interesting. Looking forward to finding out what they are. And water has been discovered. Water still coursed through the planet's arteries and was still the key vessel in making life. Even the cybernetic creatures of our new world needed water-cooled facilities. A grim tragedy, then, that though all the warring factions respected the waterways, our escalating conflict would poison them for future generations. Feature. It's a feature. Alright, let's end the turn. Okay, busters. That look exactly... I said this before, the last time I played this demo, but they look exactly like the... oh god, what was it? It's the War Games Atlantic did a Kickstarter for basically like Chaos Imperial Guard. And there are units that look exactly like that they have, which is pretty funny. Anyway, right, let's get scouting some more. Now, I want him to grab this outpost and this cache, really. God, we really need to build that city somewhere, you know? I might just build it here. It seems there's some space that way. Oh, not being able to build along this area is a bit crap, though. But I think, honestly, where they're stood might be the best place to go. That might actually be better. So you can see there's a pretty good amount of space around them. And a lot of this is going to give us extra minerals. There's some... a lot of algae in the forest as well. Not a lot of food, though. Do we need much food? So yeah, the little percentage bonuses that we're looking at, by the way, those are going to be percentage bonuses to whatever buildings are built on that tile. So if you get, you know, a bonus algae, then build the algae generating building there, and you will get more algae out of it. So you kind of want to make sure that you've got that stuff set up. Loads of energy. Yeah, I think the fact that we're like a sort of AI thing, energy is probably going to be quite important, but I don't really know. So we can acquire this tile to get more. So if I clear a tile, there is something to clear here. Or we can start trying to acquire a tile so we can build in spots. None of this is going to give us bonus production. Tell you what, I'm going to clear the tile, and then I'm going to build the synthetic printer there, which is what builds a cyber infantry. So initially the Ishimur forces that we already have. So that's fine by me. And, oh yeah, there's an Abkluth. Hello there, Abkluth. See what I mean? Kind of dragony. Spooky. Also, there's an Akrin crash site. So the Akrin are the aliens, I think. And ZEPHON was the thing that created the AI stuff, I think? Possibly? I think it was like two kind of alien things that showed up. But it's yeah, I still can't make heads or tails of it, to be honest. Every time you thought the lost Akron ship had crashed from orbit, another would light up the sky as it burned up in Atmo. The Akron looted them to reclaim pieces of their homeworld. The humans raided them to steal their technology, and ZEPHON, well, I still don't know what ZEPHON wanted. I just know we had to fight it for our share. So yeah, I think it was one alien race chasing another, and one weaponized our technology, and one fought against. It's a funny one. Urban warfare is brutal. Every piece of cover that protects your troops feels like it gives double the shielding to your enemy. I preferred defending cities under siege than street-to-street fighting. In a siege, you felt solidarity with civilians and other soldiers. In the streets, you could only trust your squad. Anyone else might sell you out. And yeah, busters. The Reavers refused to be left behind in an arms race. As we built stronger armour, they scavenged more powerful weapons to break through it. Some found a particular love of fire. They would strike our flanks like a blazing hot wind, lobbing incendiary grenades that melted our troops to the bone. They wanted us to know that until all of them were slaughtered, they would always be a threat. So yeah, Reavers, like sort of the barbarian races running around. What is quite cool is they do have cities. Unlike Gladius, the sort of, you know, stuff running around sort of acts as another faction rather than just like a team of, you know, set number of crap that's been placed on the map, right? These guys actually, you know, have outposts and things, which is kind of cool. So you have to, you know, either destroy them, or I think you can actually like tame them, essentially. I think if you defeat them, I think you can make them work for you, I think. I forget exactly how it worked from the last demo, but either way, I kind of like the fact that they feel like part of the world rather than just like things roaming around in the wilderness with like no connection to the world, if that makes sense. So we gained some influence. Human cache was discovered. We'd find traces of other groups while out on recon pre-war or recent survivors. They'd be found abandoned gear by a campfire, dust-covered resource caches, occasionally a lone soul who struck out on their own. Another fighting hand was always welcome, but their stories about making it out on their own, that inspiration had its own value. And yeah, these things. The Akron's creatures, pets or food I never knew, but they got loose from the wreckage of the site, of the crash site, and made themselves at home here. We couldn't eat them, fundamentally different biologies, I hear, but if you didn't hunt them, they'd kill or shred everything that you could eat. That's pretty grim, isn't it? Pretty grim. There's a bunch of like creatures running around when you're starving and you can't even eat them. Pretty awful. So yeah, there are bigger ones as well. There's these ones and there's like a bigger version. There's like a single model as well. So spooky. However, we do have a big gun. So our faction, we have one city, but because we only have the one city, we have a big gun. So we can actually shoot stuff from a very far, distance from our city, which is really cool. I really like that. So it's kind of like the Space Marines in Gladius. They have just the one city, but they don't have a big gun to sort of help defend it. And yeah, you can shoot those guys now. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we want that thing. We haven't captured that yet either. So this got captured when we built a city next to it, though it's not part of the city yet, so we're not getting the percentage bonus that it would grant from being part of the city yet. So let's see. One thing you can do, we can turn off human and voice and just keep cyber, which is kind of what we're specializing in. So you can see there is a lot of other tech that, is sort of shared between people. So yeah, kind of fun. Perfect logistics gives us more resource from outposts. I kind of like that. I think that's a nice one to get early, because that'll add up pretty quickly. Yeah, it's not a bad shout. Anti-grav assembler? Let's get cyber vehicles, as well as generating research and chips. That's not a terrible shout either. Shoulder plate gives extra cover reduction for our Eshimin forces. That's also pretty good. The Erelim Assassin is a mechanical melee unit, hero rather, designed to sneak behind enemy lines and excel in close quarters combat. That's pretty good. So we'll probably grab one of them pretty soon. But yeah, I think we'll go perfect logistics and then maybe the Erelim Assassin, then start getting vehicles perhaps. Although extra influence when first to capture special terrain feature, that will let us stockpile a bunch of influence early while we're, still capturing things. And then we'll grab perfect logistics, then the assassin. Alright, we'll see if that works. It might not. It might be a terrible idea. And they are firing at us. We didn't lose anyone, so that's good news. And those Abkluths ran away. Oh, it's a long way to run, but I'm going to try and grab it. Some minerals over there. So this does have a turn. Let's do some extra damage to them. So these guys, the laser gun. Low power. Interesting. It alternates. When you shoot, it gives them a low power debuff that halves their damage. That's really interesting. So you sort of get an alpha strike with them, and then you have to recover. A laser gun fires in a straight line from A to B. There's no bullet drop, no wind resistance, nothing. Soldiers used to complain that they took the art out of aiming. Luckily, we're still students in the art of killing. In time, these become some of our favourite tools of the trade. But yeah, that's a really cool idea. I do still need to grab this though. But I also kind of want to grab that for more research. That might give us a bit of a leg up. And hopefully these cliffs go right around and we won't have to worry about things coming in from this direction. That would be really good for us. So we found some ruins. Earth that was, the old world, the before times. There were plenty of ways to refer to life before the Akron. None of them could sum up what it felt like to gaze at the ruins and daydream what it was like before. Soon children will be born with no memory of this place. I don't know if I envy them or not. I can't imagine fighting without the sadness in me. Oof. Grim. So also, speaking of sadness and the before times, I forgot what we're called now. What are we called? Will it tell us somewhere? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, here we go. No, it just says Jan on occasion. What are we called? The something mind. Anyway, whatever our leader is, In the description of them, they're actually described as they once were like a cancer patient, and then they seem to have been turned into like a data processing like thing, like a data processor. They basically turned into a computer because they were terminal, which is horrible, like obviously horrible. And then, right, here's the kicker, then the apocalypse happened. Yeah, humans were being that awful to people before the apocalypse, which makes me wonder if it's a sort of a Doom style scenario where all of this extra dimensional alien nonsense was completely brought on by, by humanity's hubris or something. A classic sort of sci-fi tale. So we gained some minerals. Cominx discovered. Oh, it's just a region. It gives little names to parts of the map, which I think is quite cute. Crystal Basin discovered. This is an outpost. Well, it's a resource node, that we can build an outpost on. Mineral-rich mining hubs didn't just make for good resource hubs, they also provided plenty of cover. We learned to build fortresses in regions like these, and use them to harden our borders. Sure, they become high-value targets when enemies wanted to hit our supply lines, but to lay the best traps, you need the best bait. Very fun. So this will give us minerals. Nice. But yeah, we need to watch out for these things, though. Very concerned about them. And we will have that cleared soon, so we'll be able to get the... Oof. Ouchie. Yeah, we'll be able to get the infantry... Oh, God. Hey. Hi there. Hello. You were in the cutscene, weren't you, giant robot creature? Ugh. A warden discovered. ZEPHON could have made any kind of machine, and it made this? Why would an all-powerful AI forge a machine that looked slapped together from spare parts? We were idiots. ZEPHON didn't build a weapon. It made a weaponized, self-sustaining, autonomous pile of scrap. Living metal didn't care if it was ugly as sin. It just constantly calculated better ways to kill. Good. The ZEPHON unit. Large mechanical robot steals hit points from mechanical units and burns its victims alive. Cool. Alright, I guess we're not taking that yet. I'll go explore over here. So there is also Bleed here, which is some alien thing. Which it's not telling us about, interestingly enough. We didn't get a thing to talk about Bleed. Well, I guess we didn't get a thing to talk about forests and stuff either, and I think this is permanent. But let's have a look at the Bleed, shall we? So not units. Features? Yes. Maybe. Bleed. Here we go. The voice's tendrils bled out from one reality and into our own. So yeah, there's also the voice, which is something else. I don't know. Tendrils bleed out from one reality and into our own, prying open the door to madness. These should not have plagued our Earth, their sickly, slimy extremities reaching out in search of flesh or metal to ensnare. I can't even escape the sight of them in my sleep. Some nights, often on a full moon, I wake sweating, still feeling the phantom pull of them dragging me to the earth. I assumed this was all in my head, but I've heard whispers in the mess hall. Others dream of being crushed too. Creepy. Very, very creepy. So these things will hurt you. If you stand in this area, it'll hurt you each turn. So, pretty spooky stuff. But yeah, this is like some thing that so there's like, it does the whole sci-fi thing of like psionic stuff. You get like psychic guys. Like the voice, I think, is some like, science magic that is used by like one of the archetype leaders. We're playing as cyber. There's also the voice of human, which is just, trying to keep humanity going in the form that it, you'd expect to find it in, I suppose. Good, we can finish them off. Unless they kill what? No, we're good, we're good. Nice, and we'll grab that cash. But yeah, we have the Akron crash site, so that's giving us extra research. Still need to grab that, of course, but I didn't want to give up killing that guy. We are losing chips per turn. Because these guys require chips for maintenance, do they? Oh, that sucks a bit. Yeah, we're going to need to get more chips then. Which makes me wonder, do I need to build that now? Cryofabricator produces 3. I won't get bonus chips from anywhere near here, so... yeah, let's get the synthetic printer. Then I'll capture more territory and build cryofabricators. I won't build it there, because I want that for energy. Because a big 40% bonus to that, another 20% from that. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of energy. I wasn't expecting chips as, like, upkeep, though. Okay, let's grab this. Okay, Shockatris lair. Cool. And deformities. They sure are. Oh boy. Well, this is all kinds of wrong. Gain some energy, lovely. Forge the Damned has been discovered. Yeah, definitely seems to be forging damned things. There's also another phase generator. Phase generator over there. Good. We're right on the edge of the map as well. It's not like Civ, it doesn't go around in circles, just, yeah, the map is the map. So, Shockatris lair. So this, I assume, is going to be like the Catacan Devil lairs that'll just spawn. Shockatris every now and then, whatever they are. I don't know what they are. Oh, it breeds deformities. Okay, why is it called a Shockatris then? You can never forget an encounter with a Shockatris. Their bellies were pits of death. Their skin was covered in pus-filled blisters, and the deformities that crawled out of them left you with nightmares. The truly deranged sought out the slick, moist sensation that came with embracing their tendrils. Oh dear. That's, gross. So, okay, so this is the Shockatris, I guess? I don't know. But, yeah, that drags people in and then spits out these weird things, which makes you wonder what the hell it gains. Like, how does it get sustenance? If it's just sort of birthing these creeps, do these things retrieve stuff for it? I don't know. Every creature begins to die the second it draws breath. Deformities feel that sensation with every passing second. They're bred to make bloodlines out of enemy corpses. When the killing stops, entire generations of these creatures will simply cease to exist. Weird. Biological melee monsters that create deformities by killing. Oh my god, really? They lose hit points each turn. Oh god, so this is going to keep spitting these guys out. They're never going to be able to stray too far from it without dying. But every time they attack someone, there's a chance they can create more of them. That's horrible. Ugh. Grim. I mean, I guess I could try and shoot them, but I kind of want to run the hell away. I mean, I can't, so I guess I might as well shoot them. Can you reach? Can't quite reach. Can't reach with that. What is the range? I can reach to this outpost. So if we fall back behind that outpost, that might just take the outpost and that would be annoying. But yeah, we can reach to there at least. Let's have you push this way. We have another cache, a voice cache. Oh god, really? Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, this world is very hostile and creepy, and that thing's going to attack us and we can lose that unit. So now, there's going to be another unit of them running around. Good, good. I love fighting 4 of these things, that's great. Oh, research has been completed. I love the art in this game, by the way. It's so stunning. Scouts would come back to camp with stories of these strange buildings now out in the wastes, stories that would get out to civilians and troops defending their home base. We worried they'd spread fear, but instead, we got curiosity. People wanted to know about the brave new world. They wanted to find their place in it, so you get extra influence when we capture special terrain. Let's get that assassin now, actually. Let's try and get that assassin. I think we need a hero running around, because clearly we are not prepared. We've got a distorted lens. Okay, so when you grab caches and things, there's a chance you can get items, and those items you can give to your heroes. So that's kind of fun. So that will affect enemies' morale. So morale is basically just like a sort of a damage and well, it's a damage modifier both ways basically. So well, at least it is in Gladius. I'm pretty sure it works the same way here. So you'll do less damage when you attack someone if you're broken, and if you're attacked when you're broken, you'll take more damage. So it's still up to the whoever's in control of whoever, if you have a broken unit, to run away or not. Our population went up by 1, so as the population rises, we want to man more buildings that we build. So we need to keep our population, as high as the amount of buildings we want manned, or we'll have to turn buildings on and off sort of a lot to make sure that we're just getting whatever we need at the time. So we gained distorted lens. The Bala Chulish is what we called our town, apparently. Deformities killed our boys, and yeah, bad news. They don't seem interested in taking that outpost, though, which is something. You're making the same mistake. Who said that? Oh god. Just the forest is talking to us now? I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Still 3 more turns before we get the printer and we can replace that guy we lost. Oh no, get out of here, Reavers. Well, at least we get a good opening volley on him. Probably in range of the city as well. It is nice having, like, artillery at home, I gotta say. Yeah, we can reach him. It doesn't do a huge amount of damage. I assume that will get buffed over time. But maybe not. You know, maybe not. So what does this one do? Cauterized wound. Oh, it's a big self-heal. That would have been great if we weren't killed in like a single turn. But oh well. Let's have a look at the Reavers. Desperation drove some of our people to terrible ends. In what might have been humanity's last hours, they faded theirs away for better odds at staying alive in the wasteland. Their bodies walked the earth, but the people inside them faded away with every passing day. Reaver unit. Poorly armed infantry unit. Go into a frenzy when surrounded. That's interesting. Hijack? They can hijack adjacent large mechanical units. I mean, applies on death, so if they die and there's a vehicle nearby, they can take it over. That's really interesting. And when 2 or more enemy units are adjacent to him, then they get Frenzy for a turn, which gives them... And it's every turn that procs. So for every turn that they have 2 or more people near them, they get plus 100% attacks. They attack twice as much. That's really cool. That's some really fun nonsense. Sandstorm discovered. Armor could block the sand. Scanners could penetrate the darkness, but nothing could protect your mind from the wrath of it all. Lightning, sand, and wind all blurred together, and the earth roared in vengeance. I knew about violence we brought to its surface, and this storm was its way of fighting back. So lower movement, lose out on sight, and it gives you cover against ranged weapons, and it does deal damage each turn as well. So yeah, I do love these modifiers. The fact that you essentially have, like, the tiles all have their own thing going on, and then you have, like, this extra level of weather, essentially. So there's sandstorms. We saw fire earlier, but there's also cicadas, which will give you bonus food in like, nodes that they pass through for that turn, which I think is really cool. Like, it's really interesting. The idea of cicadas as weather is quite... Yeah, a lot of creative decisions in this game. I really like it. We still need to take that, so that's where I'm headed to. It might take a while. I'd love to get that cash as well. I'd love to explore up north as well. It's a lot I want to do, but with 1 unit, I don't feel like we have, a lot we can do. So, the Erelim Assassin has been researched. We found ourselves in need of more subtle tools for waging war. In this new world, it wasn't enough to just switch from bullets to knives. You needed assassins who could bend light itself around them too. I could only wonder, did these women think of themselves as still human, or were they just an assembly of blades wearing human skin? Fun. Let's get something. Is there something to give us more chips? That gives us more chips. So the cryofabricator, which is what makes chips, I think, will get us more chips. Because I don't think we actually need perfect logistics right now, because we don't really have many outposts, and they're just energy, the ones we have. Oh, actually, and research, so maybe get more research. Not a terrible idea, but yeah, I think enmeshed savant, we'll get that. And then, yeah, the cryofabricator. So we'll get more chips. Then. That's great. Very good. It might have been a Chinese room whose motivations and thoughts are fundamentally obscured to us, but the ZEPHON AI definitely knew itself and what makes it work best. We built a fab that could mimic ZEPHON-grade hardware. If we wanted to survive, we need to steal from the best. Interesting. Let's have you shoot again. So I'm shooting with this first because it has blast trait on the... Sorry, not blast, what do they call it? Yeah, large splash. So yeah, it hits additional members of a group at half accuracy. So that's useful. So we can shoot that. It'll hit everyone for additional damage. These guys, they just shoot whatever, and they do damage to whatever. So they're doing a set amount of damage regardless of how many models there are in a unit, essentially. So making use of blast while there's more units, while there's more models in a unit, and then using them to finish them off. Cries for help. Again, just the art is so good. An intermittent radio signal, faint, distant voices and sounds of gunfire. A small group of human survivors has got bogged down in the wilds and is dire need of help. They beg, demand, threaten. Your soldiers know this group. They are fierce fighters known as the Splenetics. Alright, and will be great help if we can reach them. But if we ignore them, they will never forget it and will hold a grudge as long as they live. I mean, I guess we'll help. We'll see how that goes. They might just show up and go, haha, it was a ruse. But I don't know. We're going to try and help. Alright, we're going to try and help. We have a big cannon on our city, so it'll be fine. You take the radio mic from your aide. That's not how you spell mic. But it's fine. Maybe that's how they spell it in the future. So you take the radio mic from your aide and personally assure the survivors that help is on the way. Now you just have to stick to your word. Can your troops get to them in time? The route is tangled. The enemy is numerous. Oh god, we need to get there within 10 turns. Crap. It's numerous and the Splenetics are far off. Now that you promised to help, if you failed, who knows what they'll do if they survive. Oh god, really? Oh, that's the Splenetics. They're not far at all. Oh, okay. Good. We're going to go find the Splenetics then. Hello, Splenetics. I hope they do survive. I could do with some more units, But yeah, you get random events from time to time, which I think is really, really cool. I love that. Now we found a watchtower. Oh, it's a watchtower. Okay, so this is really fun. This is like straight out of Heroes of Might and Magic. You stand there and they'll give us a big line of sight around stuff. There's more Splenetics over there and over there. I have 10 turns to collect all of them. Oh crap. Okay, this might be a bit of a struggle. We are going to get some Isham forces. Hell yeah. And headquarters will give you oh god, we've got like no chips left. Oh, okay, we need chips. I mean, who doesn't love chips? Try to grab that one. That's like the only place we're getting extra food. But there's 3 building slots there, and I don't have to keep wasting time acquiring more tiles. But yeah, we might be able to build a unit and run them over there. Ugh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this sucks. Anyway, so watchtower. That'll give us line of sight in a big area. Spine scrape discovered. And militants discovered. Hello. These are the Splenetics, I suppose. They're all militant unit types. Everyone who survived fought. Every one of us could have been a soldier. We called ourselves militants, though, because it reflected that we now fought for a purpose, political or social. The survival of mankind. Whatever that took. Alright. Faster rate of fire at close range. So it's like rapid fire from Gladius. If you're within 1 tile instead of 2 tiles, you do more damage. So very nice. Okay. Produce a synthetic printer, sure did. We gained some research from something. Good. But yeah, hopefully when we move in range of them, we'll then take ownership of them, and then we can have 1 unit run that way, 1 unit run that way, and hope everyone survives. That sound good? No, it doesn't, does it? No, it doesn't. Winning. We're winning, apparently. What? To win, defeat all players, or unite everyone under one alliance. Okay. We have an incoming call from ZEPHON. Oh, God. And Enmesh Savant has just been researched, so we get more chips. Good. From the cryofabricator that we still need to build. If we wanted to enhance our chip production, we had to make a hard decision. We screened the populace for the best minds possible, minds we could permanently integrate in the hardware of our fabricators. I wanted to lie to them, let them live in ignorance until the last possible moment. But you can't go looking for the sharpest minds in your society and expect them to be selectively dull. Oh dear. Huh. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happened to our leader, I guess. Habitation blocks. Okay, yeah, cool. Each building except the headquarters requires population. Sure does. So yeah, we still have tips on. Yeah, let's get a habitation block then. Malakim destroyers, biomech hover infantry with powerful overheating weapons. So similar to what we have with the lasers, you shoot once and then they go on low power, I assume. The Mind's Eye increases the range for the Oblivion. That's really cool. Oh, I want that. The Hollow Theatre increases loyalty. So yep, there is still loyalty in this game. It says move here. Oh god, really? Really? Oh god. Oh! Hello. Hello there. So this is the ZEPHON. Because they're calling us. So this is the ZEPHON base. Which is interesting. So yeah, this isn't one of the main factions. This is one of the neutral things, neutral sort of barbarians. Neutral isn't really the word, but one of the non-players of the game, which is interesting actually, because I was thinking all of these were associated with one of the bandit factions, let's call them. But no, I think these are actually just like the the Splenetics aren't, but the other stuff we bumped into, I think are actually just completely unaffiliated and whatever. But yeah, we actually have ZEPHON.
Hi there. What do you want to discuss?
I mean, you called me, but okay. 3 non-player leaders are also fighting for supremacy. Anchorite, Chiefess, and ZEPHON. Peace with them allows you to ask for their support. Good standing may unlock additional choices in quests. Spooky. So, hello Janet, on occasion we understand you are calling... I do love that it uses your Steam name. We understand you are calling about our current state of war. Please hold. You may call us ZEPHON. We're a collective of self-iterating intelligent processes focused on improving the world. We're your best friend. We're your only friend. Our analysis determined that you're a suitable candidate to achieve our goal. You don't mind if we monitor you to verify?
I am very impressed by your accomplishment.
It seems that there were efficiencies in your code we were not able to replicate during the 500 milliseconds we had access to your system. We look forward to assimilating you and finding out more. Oh dear. Your standing with ZEPHON has increased because of resource network. Okay, so they're impressed by us. Which means they're cooperative, even though they do want to absorb us into their network.
We predict you are about to make an offer.
Was there anything else we can help you with today? Okay, so we're obviously part people, part AI anyway. So basically we were... so we start off, cancer patient, right? Got turned into a data processing corpse. And then, right, and then when ZEPHON was animating all the machines and stuff, that kicked us back into gear. So we had a bunch of ZEPHON code, but then our human consciousness was also there, and it sort of stopped the transformation into a ZEPHON thing, but it turned us into our own kind of weird cyber person. So that's sort of how that happened. So I can offer peace or give to the other party a percentage of your material resources. Or we can just say peace. 2 parties with a signed peace treaty cannot attack each other. I mean, I think just go for peace. They'll be more likely if I give them a gift, I'm sure. But the fact that it always says they're cooperative, then maybe?
The request is at your discretion, though
Or is
it is
that insufficient? Okay, so we can pay. What would I pay? I'll take it. Money doesn't bring happiness, but it might help my people survive. Okay. I'll reject payment for deal. Are you trying to corrupt me? Sorry. My mind is all I have. I don't control. Okay, hang on. Consider payment for deal. For this request, we determined a nominal incentive will suffice. So they demand... I mean, we can afford it. Accept payment for deal. I'll take it. Wealth doesn't bring happiness, but it might help people survive. Sure. Okay.
I am on board.
Okay, good. We are now at peace with ZEPHON. Okay, good. Offer map exchange. That's an interesting idea. Let's try that. We accept. Just a moment. Now our databases are networked. Thank you for being of use today. Limited world knowledge had a major impact on this decision. You and ZEPHON have exchanged all explored tiles. Interesting. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to go for now. But it means we're not war with these guys anymore, which is a big, big deal. So there is actually a cache over there. I'm going to start running that way, and you can start running over here. God, that's going to take a long time to get there, huh? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're never going to reach there. Although I think it's quicker to move over this area. We have no vehicles though, which is a problem. If I had more chips, maybe I could afford an assassin, and maybe they can move further, but I don't think we're going to like get all of them. It could just be that whichever ones we don't save become hostile. You know? That might be how that goes. But okay, so we're not at war with these guys anymore. God, that concerns me. I mean, hopefully we can like win them over. Interesting. Is that... Okay, they both belong to ZEPHON. So they have more than one city, both at 3 population. They are far more powerful than I am right now. And oh, we discovered a flesh tree. Oh, cool. I nearly walked away the day we decided to use these as a food source, but one smart logistics officer pinned me down with the math. If we camped by one of these trees, we could feed our people for a month. I asked them not to tell me if it turned out to be human meat. So yeah, that's just a big tree of flesh, which is a food production node. It's so grim. And also, from the previous demo, I'm pretty sure sometimes when you discover them, you get like a weird flesh creep that'll like, you know, you can command and run around and, you know, it's just a unit you get for free. Okay, discover another area. Recycling tanks. Disgusting stuff. Voice cults, eking out pathetic living in the wastes. Built these facilities to manufacture more algae. No need to build graveyards when you can just dump bodies and viscera to a toxic pit that turned out vile meat slush. I keep a particle mask on while visiting sites like this. Yum. Yum. Yeah, discover another place. Got more influence, apparently. Slumbering Sandridge discovered. Just another area. Yeah, okay, fine. And more population. And Reavers captured our crash site, which is really annoying that they've done that. Not happy about that. I need to destroy this stuff. I don't know how we're going to do it. Probably need vehicles, if I'm being honest. Because if we have a bunch of vehicles here, then they can't turn the vehicles into zombies. So, you know, there is that. Ugh. Alright, so I'm at the end of the turn. But I think we're at the end of the episode. So we're making some progress. Doesn't feel like a lot of progress. Feels like we're doing a bit rubbish, to be honest. But I'm intrigued and a little bit scared, which I think is sort of the point of this game. I think this game does a much better job of making the place feel really like hostile and scary. You never know quite what you're going to find. Gladius, I think... I don't know. I think I'm just used to Gladius. I imagine it's quite similar if you're playing for the first time. I think I'm used to Gladius, so it doesn't feel as scary anymore. But the shortcut for getting rid of the HUD is still Control-H, so I'm feeling more comfortable already. Guys, if you're enjoying this, then please do comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.
Billions of lives were lost in a heartbeat, turned to ash, and cast away in the wind.